In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a tour page using Tripcart. This is the demo of a tour page using Tripcart. You can see there are a lot of images, and you can click on this to see all the images on this tour. There's a title, there's a duration of the tour, there are a lot of trip facts. For example, what is duration, what is the age range, multiple destinations, kind of activity it is. If you offer group size, you can define the group size. Is it easy? Is it difficult? If you have all the things as well that you want to highlight about your tour, then you can use this information section. You could add description of the tour. You could also add highlights of the particular tour. You could also add itinerary. And this itinerary is expandable. You could add the day, the title of the particular day, descriptions. You could also add a lot of images, and travelers can click on these images to take a look at them. You could also add all the details, for example, accommodations, meals that are included, and so on. These itineraries are expandables and they can also be closed. Similarly, you could also add what are the costs that is included in the tour and what are not included in the tour. Similarly, if you offer fixed departure dates, for example, here you can see there's a departure on 10th and there's departure on 12th and departure on 14th. However, there is no departure on 11th. There's no departure on 13th. So if you offer departure dates and you don't offer tours on some days, then you could use fixed departure dates. If you want to offer on all the dates, you could also do that. And then you also can offer group discount based on the group discount that you have defined. People would make the payment. You could also add map. You could add a map that's like an iframe code, or you could add an image. Similarly, you could pull, if you have review on Google or TripAdvisor, you could pull those review and display on your website. Similarly, you could add FAQs, and FAQs is also divided into sections. For example, if you have, let's say, multiple FAQs, then having a section like this divides the FAQs and help people to easily find the information they're looking for. So we have FAQs, these are also expandables, collapsibles, and sections. And then there are related tours. On the right hand side, you can see the price, the discounts, the Google reviews. When you click here, it takes you to the review section. There are other things, for example, what makes your company stand out. So you could add information like that. You could add ask a questions or a contact form. And then let's go to the checkout page here. Like I said earlier, you can offer group discounts, so those group discount information would be displayed. And then you can upsell accommodation. For example, if you want to sell single supplement, or you want to give them options to upgrade their accommodation to 4-star, 5-star, and so on, you could use accommodations to sell to your customer. You could add the room, the kind of room it is, the description, and if you want to add a lot more details, for example, images, description, and so on, you could also do that. Similarly, you can offer extra services. For example, there could be your tour extensions, there could be some private trick, or could also be airport pickup. So you could also offer those services. The purpose of accommodations and extra services is to help you sell more to your customers. So this is a demo of a tour page that we are going to create. And you do not need to know any technical skills. I'm going to guide you step by step how to do this using Tripcart.com. So we are right now in the dashboard of Tripcart. Before we create a new tour, let's take a look at how the default website looks like. To do that, click on Visit Website and click on the website name. So this is the default website created by Tripcart. As you can see, there are no tours created right now. Let's confirm that. So there are no tours created. So we're going to go ahead and create the first tour. To do that, go back to Dashboard, click on Tour, then click on All Tours, After that, click on Add New Tour. Then you'll be provided with two options. The first one is Activity or Single Day Tour. This mostly includes activities that doesn't require overnight accommodations. These are perfect for day trips, excursions, or single event booking. For example, rafting, city tour, and so on. On the other hand, the other option is multi-day tour. This often requires overnight accommodations, and this goes on for many days. It could be trekking, jungle safari, and so on. For this tutorial, we're going to go with multi-day tour, but the process for single day tour is also very similar to multi-day tour. We'll create a different video for single or activity tour. For now, we'll go with multi-day tour. So select that and click on Continue. Now we are on the page where we are going to create the tour. For the sake of this tutorial, I have already prepared the content, and we are going to use this content to copy and paste here to create a tour. So let's go ahead and do that. So this is the tour name. So I'll copy this, paste. When you do that, you can see it automatically create a link. This is the link of the tour. If you want to modify this, you could do that. For example, instead of saying Everest Base Camp Trek, if you want to just add Everest Base Camp, you could also do that. And it will show whether this URL is available or not. At the bottom, you can also see the structure of the URL. Since this is a multi-day tour, let's go ahead and add this for 3 days, because this is for 3 days. Now let's select destinations. So here are some destinations. By default, you will have one destination, but you can add more. So let's go ahead and add a few destinations. Let's go ahead and add England. Let's also go ahead add London. Since London comes under England, or London is a city in England, it's a good idea to select it as a parent. This way, these both are connected. But since Everest Base Camp is not in England or London, so we're going back to the actual destination, which is Nepal. So here is Nepal, and it is a part of Everest region. So I'm going to select Nepal and Everest region. Activity, select from the drop down, or you can create your own activity. For example, city tour. You could add rafting and so on. Since this is a trekking activity, I'm going to choose with trekking. Now, in terms of difficulty level, you could select from the drop down, or just like others, you can create a new difficulty level. For example, you can give the name, you can select an icon, and select or enter the description. For this tutorial, we are going to go with medium. So excerpt is a text that is displayed on the tour listing page whenever a tour is displayed. So for this, let's take a small text, and I'll show you how it looks like. So we'll copy this and paste. Now let's go ahead and add tour description. We'll copy this. Okay. Now I want to highlight the key highlight area. I can make it bold, or there are other options. For example, if I want to convert this into heading, so this is heading number 2. If I want to make it heading number 3, 4, I could do that. The suitable is heading 2 here, so we'll go with this. Now let's add some multimedia. If you have already added some multimedia or photos, they will be displayed here. If you haven't, you could click on Upload Files and then add them. So here we are going to add some photos for Everest Base Camp Trek. So I'm going to select all of these. Okay, they are being added. Now, an important thing to note here is that the images have to be lesser than 2 MB. Now, 2 MB is a big size, and if you add more than 2 MB, you will not be able to upload it. The reason why we restrict to 2 MB, because if you add bigger file sizes, your website will load slow and it will not offer a good experience. 2 MB is more than enough for you to add high quality images. So make sure to optimize your image before uploading. So after you have done that, you could insert all of them, or if you want to just insert a few of them, for example, I can go back here and I can see all of these are included here. So these are already loaded. So I'm going to remove all of these and select the one that I want to display. For example, I want to display this, and I think 5 I've selected. So let's go ahead with that. So here are 5 images that I've added. If I want to change the order of the images, I could do that. So let's publish and see how it looks. Okay, so it has been published. Okay, so you can see the gallery has been added. I can click here and see the images, the tour name, the duration. You can also see more tour facts here: duration, age range, destinations, activities, difficulty, tour overview, key highlights, and so on. Now let's go ahead and add itinerary. So we go to itinerary tab, give it a title. You could keep it itinerary, or if you want to change it, you could do that. So for example, if I want to change it to, let's say, EBC itinerary, I could do that. Let's add the title. The first will be duration. So this is day 1. So let's go ahead and add the title, and then we add the description. In accommodation, you could describe what kind of accommodation you offer. For example, if you offer 3-star accommodations, you could write that. Or if you offer 4-star, 5-star, whatever you offer, you can write about the accommodation. In meals, select the meal that you provide. You could select all. If you provide, let's say, just dinner and lunch, you could do that. And again, add some gallery that is very specific to this day. For example, I would add, let's say, these 3. Okay, let's publish then and take a look how it looks on the website. Okay, so we can see this is how it looks. Now let's go ahead and add 2 more days. Now we have all the days itinerary displayed here: day 1, day 2, day 3. Now let's expand this and see how it looks. So you can see the title, description, the gallery, and this gallery are for the particular days, the kind of accommodation that you offer, the meals that you offer, and so on. And I can see here that if you add more than 3 images, they will show +1. So in this case, it is 4, so +1. If you add 5, 6, and so on, the number will change. In this way, people can know what kind of images are there and they can browse through it. Now we have added itinerary. So now let's go ahead and add what is included and what is excluded. So in that case, we copy the text and then we copy this one as well. And what is excluded. So let's update this and take a look on how the website looks. So we are on the cost include section. So you can see it shows all the items that are included and everything that is excluded. Now we'll go ahead and add tour facts. Now when adding tour facts, some tour facts are displayed by default. For example, the durations, age range, destinations, activities, and difficulty. These are the things that we selected while we were creating the tour. So these are displayed by default. But if you want to add more than this, then you can create tour facts. For example, I have created a few tour facts here. For example, maximum altitudes, base season, starting point, transportation. Let's add a few more. We'll look at the demo one and take one item from it. So let's go ahead with accommodation here. Copy. So let's say accommodations, select an icon. Let's do another one as well. Let's go with endpoint. Let's search for location. Okay. So I have added a few. So let's go ahead and add a few things here. Meter, base season, March and April, starting point, let's say Kathmandu, Everest, accommodation could be 3 stars, hotel, endpoint could be Kathmandu. Let's update this and let's refresh the page. So you can see now we have more tour facts. Now let's go ahead and add prices. So click on price and you can see there is price for adult. But if we offer tour for different kind of age category, adult, child, and so on, you could add different category of pricing. For example, we go back, we go to tour settings, click on price category, and from here you can enable child category. At the same time, if you want to add another price category, you can click here, add the price category, and it will be displayed on the pricing page. For now, we will not need this one, so we'll delete it, but we'll use the child category. So let's go back to the tour, click on the tour, and we go back to the pricing. So here you can see adult and you can see child now. So let's go ahead and add some pricing. When you add pricing, you'll see two things. One is selling price and another is cross price. Cross price should be higher than the selling price. Cross price means the original price of the tour before the discount. For example, if you are planning to sell a tour for $100 and you are selling at $80, then $100 should be the cross price and $80 should be the selling price. So let's go ahead and add some prices here. Let's say $1,000 and we will add 1,200 here. For min packs, 1, maximum packs, let's add. And if you offer group discount, then you could enable this. So let's say for 1 to 2 people, same price, 3 to 6 people, let's say $950. And from 7 to 8 people, it will be $900. Now let's do the same thing for the child. Let's add 400, 600. If you want to offer group discount, you could do the same. Here, let's do 350. And here, 300. Let's update this. And let's refresh this on the front page. As you can see, the price is displayed here. At the same time, you'll also see the discount that is applied. So it is 16.67% here. And if you don't want this kind of number and you want a rounded number, you can change it. So let's go ahead and do that first. So we'll go back, we'll go to tours, we'll go miscellaneous settings, and then discount format without round off and round off. So we'll go with round off, save it. Let's refresh this page. So it is round off now, 17%. So now let's go back to all tours. We have set the prices. Now we're going to add the date. By default, date is created. If you don't want the date and you want to add your own custom date, you could do that. So let's delete this first. Let's talk about the buffer time or the cutoff time. Buffer time or cutoff time simply is the time that you require the booking to be blocked for the particular day. For example, if you have a tour on 6th of January and you need 2 days to prepare for that tour and you want people to stop booking for that particular tour by 4th January, in that case, you would add 2 days as a cutoff time. Now, let's add some starting dates. So you can select any of the date here and then select it. After this, you could add number of packs. The same prices that were added previously on the price, it will be displayed here. And if you want to repeat this date on multiple days, for example, if you want to repeat it daily or if you want to repeat weekly, monthly or yearly, you could do that. For now, we'll go with weekly, and I want this tour to be repeated on, let's say, Monday, Wednesday and Friday, and maybe even Saturday. I'll select this. And till when should this repeat? So let's say I would go with 2026 and over here and update this. Let's open this on the front end. So you can see that the tour is displayed on the particular days. For example, Friday, Saturday is not displayed on Sunday. It is displayed on Monday, not Tuesday, Wednesday. So basically whatever we have set on the back end, the availability is according to that. Also, people can select different months and they could choose the date that is available. Now, let's say, for example, there is a time or date that you don't offer your tour on. It could be any date. In that case, if you want to block that particular date, you could go ahead and select a date where you don't want it to be displayed. For example, let's say you don't want any booking on January 13. In that case, you can select January 13. And you could also decide whether you want this to be repeated every year or just on particular date. So for now, I would just do this year, update it. And you can see 13 January is gone. So this is especially helpful if you have certain days where you do not offer your tour, especially during the holidays or you are on a vacations and so on. After this, let's go ahead and add map. Let's give a title first. So there are two options for the map. You can use iframe code or you can use an image. For now, we'll go ahead with iframe code. So here is an iframe code of the map. I'm going to paste it here, update it. You can see it shows the map. After this, let's go and add some FAQs. So let's give a title here first, FAQs. Let's add a title. I'm copying the question. Here's the answer. Let's add another one. Especially if you have a lot of FAQs, you can add FAQ section. Now this helps to divide the FAQs into different sections. For example, let's say there are 5 or 6 FAQs about safety. I could add this as a title and then I could add FAQs under it. Okay, so let's update this and take a look how it looks on the front end. So you can see there's the FAQ sections, the titles, the section heading, and if you want to expand on all the FAQs, I can do that. Now, this other section. This section is helpful if you want to add any kind of content. For example, you want to add about other informations about accommodations or kind of gear required for these tours and so on. You could use this text. So this is a plain text editor. You could add any kind of text. For example, for this, let's say I would want to add these. This is just for the sake of the tutorial. I could add this. Or if you want to add images, I could select here. I could select image and so on. So anything that you want to add, you could do that. So I'm going to remove this and update this. So this is how it looks. Now there are still a couple of things that are left. For example, we have not added the review. We have also not added the accommodations. For example, you can see there's no accommodation here. They're not extra services. So these things has not been added. So now I'm going to create another videos about how to use these add-ons and accommodations to grow the revenue. One last thing that I want to show here is we had talked about the excerpt. Now, where is it displayed? So when you go to tour listing page, and this is the tour listing page, you can see the text that we added on excerpt is displayed here. For example, if I change this to Everest Base Camp and let's say remove this and update, the change is reflected here. So this is how you can create a tour page. If you have any questions, if any confusions, please let me know in the comment below or contact our support teams. We'll be very happy to guide you and help you. Thank you.